Subscribe to Automation Studio channel and hit on bell icon to get the new video notification, and it's absolutely free. Hey guys, welcome to Automation Studio. In this lecture we will see scroll up and scroll down operations on mobiles. So we're gonna talk on scroll functions. So whatever the logic we are going to implement here, it is for Android as well as it will work on iOS applications and devices as well. So what we are going to do here, so we will first see the problem and we will see the solution for that, and later we will analyze it and we will create a reusable function, and then by using that reusable function we can use it for scroll up, scroll down, scroll left, scroll right. So few of you maybe pronounce it like swipe action, swipe up, swipe down, swipe left, swipe right. Okay, so basically I have seen a lot of people will write a separate code and separate method for the same in order to deal with these particular methods, and so many people will be very confusing about that how to use it. So first we will see what is these action are based on, and what is the idea behind it, what values need to be changed whenever we are dealing with such kind of methods, and then we will analyze, we will understand, and then we will come to a conclusion to create a reusable method where you need to just pass few values and you can perform action of swipe up, swipe down, left and right by using only one method. It is very simple, just we need to understand how does it work. If you understood it very well, then by using only one method you can do these 4 actions without any problems. Okay, so that's what we are going to do in this video. Alright, so we will understand this touch action for scrolling up and down with the help of one sample app I have installed in my phone. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna launch one UI which is scrollable, where I can scroll the list from top to bottom and bottom to top. So hardly I have like 51 items over here, 50 to 51 items, and I can scroll it. And also if you have observed on the top of my phone, you can see some coordinates over here in the red color and gray color. So this is I have configured with one of the settings. So what you need to do, you need to go to settings and then scroll to bottom and click on system, and then click on advanced. Then you will be having a developer options. Just click on that and make sure developer option is on, and scroll down. USB debugging must be on, and just scroll up to input option. So input option, you must have 2 options, short apps and pointer locations. It should be on. By default it should be off, so you have to keep it on. For example, pointer location is off, then you must not be able to see those coordinates. So in order to see these coordinates, you have to make it on. For short apps, you must be seeing tapping action. So see, I'm able to see my coordinates. Wherever I'm moving my pointer, I'm able to mark my XY coordinates. It will be very helpful in order to find XY coordinates. But we will not use a hard-coded XY coordinate because it's not a good practice, because every device has its own resolution. So it will be problematic when you will run your test script in different resolution. So instead of that, we will use some other practices which I am going to show you here. So I have this application app info. I have downloaded from Google Play. You can also download it. It will be helpful in order to find out the package name and activity name. So just open it and navigate to your app. So you can see here they have mentioned very clearly package name, and here we have altogether 28 activities. Let's click on here. So here all the activities are listed, but launchable activity is placed with the launch name. So if you are able to see, this is the activity name which is launchable. If we can scroll, we are not able to find any other activity which is launchable. Okay, so click on launch. So it is launching the app. So just confirm it is launching the right activity, and then you can capture the activity name and package name. So this is how I have captured the package name and activity name for my app. Okay, so let's navigate to our Eclipse. So here I will create one class, app scroll test, and this will be my test class. Then what I'm going to do here, I will add @test method for testng. I will create one method, public void, and then I will say test underscore scroll. Yep, and that's it. Then I will add testng annotation, and I will start including some desired capabilities because I'm gonna deal with Android stuff. I will name as capabilities, and then I will create an object as a capabilities. Now capabilities dot set capabilities, and then I'm gonna use a key and value over here. Okay, so let me add mobile capabilities type, and first automation name. So automation name will be UI automator 2 because this is the latest one, and let me copy it, and then I should call here as platform name. So platform name will be Android because we are gonna try on Android. Okay, so that is also done. Now let me again copy paste over here, and then let me add the third capability. So third capability will be app, and whatever the path of my app I'm gonna mention over here. So system dot get env, or let me call get property. So user.dir, so it will give me my current project path, and then I can add my app folder, and within apps folder I can target my APK file, which is here. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm copy the name of this APK file and I'm gonna paste over here, so that I'm not doing any typo mistake over here, just ensuring. So it is done. So these three capabilities we have added. So now we will add the fourth one. So we will add here Android capability type. Okay, because we have to add package name and activity name, so this will come under Android capability type. So just add Android capability type, and then just search for app package and app activity, which we are gonna specify shortly. Okay, so after that I'm gonna include one more capability which is come under mobile capability only, which is no reset. So I don't want to install the app on every run. So if app is installed already, so do not install the app. So that is for no reset. So no reset should be true. So that means for every run it will check if the application is installed, it won't install it again. Okay, so that is the purpose of no reset. It's optional, it depends on you want to include it or not. I just include it. Okay, so now here what I'm going to do, I'm gonna initialize the Apm driver. So Apm driver with mobile elements, and I have created an object as driver, new Apm driver mobile element, and then within that I have just passed the capability as the second parameter, and the first is new URL, and where I am mentioning the Apm server. Okay, so Apm server URL, so which is nothing but http 000, or you can call as localhost as well, with the port, default port is 4723 WD and hub. That's it. Okay, so what I'm going to do now I'm going to import all the things one by one. So Apm driver, okay, mobile element, import it. Okay, and here Android driver will be there because we are dealing with the Android stuff, so we should specify Android driver. Okay, so Android driver, and then we will add exception here. malform URL exception. And now I will add timeout. So driver.manage.timeout, and then what I'm going to do, I'm gonna put it for 60 seconds. So time unit will be 60 seconds. So now it must be all set. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna launch the app first, and after that we'll move further. Okay, so I'm gonna add here thread.sleep for some time, so that I'm ensuring app is launched and stay for some time. We have missed one thing, that is device ID, or device name, which is very important, because we need to declare here on which device we are gonna run the test, right? So obviously we will launch the terminal. In order to get the device must be connected with your laptop. Then just type adb devices, and it will give you the device list on whatever the device you want to run the test. Just mention as device name, and we are all set here. So these are the must capabilities you need to mention in order to launch any app over on the Android using Appium. So let's run it. Appium server is on, and we have given the command to run the test. Now it should launch the app. Yes, it's launched the app successfully. So it is very fast, because we have used the no reset, and the application is already installed. So it is not installed, it is just launched the app. It's just checked the app is available in the phone, and it's just launched it. So this is the beauty of no reset thing. So now what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna inspect the app, and I'm gonna perform some action on it. So obviously I'm gonna use here Appium inspector. So I'm gonna define here one by one all the capabilities. So first, automation name, automator 2, I'm gonna add another one. So I'm gonna define here platform name. So platform name, so here I'm using the key, and key will be it should be accurate. So whatever I'm mentioning here, in the same way we need to mention, you have to mention when you are defining the capabilities over on the inspector. Okay, and here for the app you have to define the full path. Okay, so I'm defining here app small app, and you have to mention full app path. Now add, and you have to define the device name. So small device, and the name n should be capital. Okay, so the key will be like that. Automation name, automation is small, and capital, AME should be small, like that. So key should be specific. Okay, so here I'm gonna define everything which I have defined over as a capability in my class. And then what I'm going to do here, I'm just gonna launch it. Okay, so I have defined the app name and activity name, which I have captured from app info app. Okay, and here I'm defining the no reset. So no should be small, R should be capital, and it should be boolean. So type is boolean as just, and it should be true. So I'm gonna name it, so that if you will save it with a name, so no need to define it again and again. Otherwise you need to define this all thing again and again. Okay, so just save it and just launch it. So it should open the app. Yes, and once it is launched, then you can navigate to the element, mobile elements. So see, I have to click here. So I will click on that, then all the details related to this element is populated at the right side. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna use what should I use? Okay, I will use the name as text. So let's go to XPath, and here just type the class name. Okay, and with the text, as whatever the display name is there. Okay, and let's see it will return the element or not. Yes, it is pointing on that. So we can use this XPath. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, I'm gonna click on that element. So just driver.find elements by.xpath, and then define the XPath and perform the operation on that. So dot click. Okay, so once I will do it, then what will happen? So I'm going to cancel it and I'm going to click on tab. So it will click on that, and if I will refresh it, it will show the respective option. It should show the respective option related to that particular menu. Yeah, I'm gonna click on that. Now it's a type of Android widget button, so that is a class, and what I can do, I can use the text for that. So what I can do, I can create an XPath where the class is this and the attribute text should be like this. Okay, so I'm using here Android widget button, and let me copy the text attribute, and then I'm gonna use @text is equal to attribute name. So I found the element. Okay, I'm gonna use this element now. So I'm gonna click on that. After that, I'm going to click on this particular element. I'm going to paste over here the XPath. I will close it and I will try to tab, see what will happen. Okay, so it launched the list view. So if you are able to see, the list is there. So what we can do, if I will click on that particular link, list of the first item, then I can see the list, right? So text is 0A, and this is a text view. Okay, so let's filter with the text view and see how many elements are there. So there are 15 elements. Okay, because whatever the visible, those elements will be listed over here because it's a native view. Okay, so I'm gonna copy it, and what I will do it, I will try to print the list. Once I will navigate to that particular list view. Okay, so I'm gonna put a sleep for 2 seconds, and then what I will do, driver.find elements. So it's a elements, so it will give me a list of element. Okay, it's not an element, it's find elements. So by.xpath, and I have just pasted the XPath over here. So if I mouse over on it, it will give me list of mobile elements. So a collection of a element, so I will get over here. So I have to capture it in a list. So list of mobile elements, and then I will say variable as list. Okay, so I will capture all these elements into the list of mobile elements, and make sure it should be from Java utils package, not AWT. So Java utils list. Now what I will do, I will put a for loop, and I will iterate one by one. I will take one by one element, and I will say what is your text. Okay, what is your attribute text. Okay, so I'm gonna do here. So what I will do, for, and then I will get a one mobile element which is E from list, and then what I will do, I will print it with the text. So text here, so text is attribute. So what I will do, E dot get attribute, and the attribute is text. Okay, so give me the attribute text. So it will print the value of the attribute text. Okay, so this gonna one by one happening one by one, and it will print on the console what is the name of that attribute. Okay, so I have collected all the elements, mobile elements in the list, and I am getting one by one mobile element, and I am extracting what is your attribute, which is a text. What is the value of text attribute within your element? So it's gonna print that. It's very simple. Okay, so what I will do, I will just run it, and let's see how it will work. Okay, so let me clear it, and let me run it. Let me close this as well. Let me restart the server, and let me run it again. Yeah. So here we will go. So what we have done, we have just launched the app till that level where we have to deal with the scroll, And let's see, now the real challenge will start. So here it has clicked on that. See, it's printed all the list one by one. Okay, whatever the visible on the screen, because it's a native view, whatever the visible, it will only print those things. Whatever not visible, it won't print. So that is the challenge with the native app. Okay, so whatever the element in the list is down, how to scroll and read it. So that is the challenge here. Okay, so let's see, this is the list, and if I will scroll it, then only I will be able to see the further elements, right? And then only my automation code will be able to read those things. So see, if I am scrolling it, then only it will come into the view and automation code can read it. Okay, so that's why scrolling is needed. Whenever your element is down and it is not on the view, so then you need to scroll it, and then only you can read or you can deal with on that particular element, mobile element. Okay, so here is the challenge. So we will see how to do it. Okay, so in order to do that, we need to understand the scrolling mechanism. So here, if we will observe, only height is changing. So in order to scroll it, we need to scroll from down to up. Okay, then only it will scroll, right? So only height is changing. Okay, width is not changing here. Okay, so that we have understood. From bottom to up is scrolling, and top to bottom is scroll up down, right? So we have understood this. Now let's go to our code, and now here we will use touch action. Okay, so this class is provided by the Appium client. So I'm gonna create one object of touch as a touch, new touch action. So it should be touch action, and it will require a driver. Okay, not actions, it's touch action. Okay, and then just import it. Now just touch dot, I will use press. Okay, so use the press, and here I will use the points. Okay, so use point options, and within the point options you have to use the point. So within the point option, you need to specify the coordinate as xy. This is your starting coordinates. Okay, from where you need to start and where you need to end. Okay, so this is start coordinate. Okay, xy, and then I'm gonna use dot weight, or let me hard code it, otherwise it will give me some error. So let's put some dummy coordinate, let's say 3 4, and then I'm gonna use weight action, and then after that I'm gonna wait over here for, let's say, for 1 second. So once I will pinch on that particular coordinate, then I will hold for 1 second, and then I will move to, and so I will use here move to, and then again I will use point option, and again I will declare here the coordinates and coordinates. So I will pinch a coordinate for a 1 point, and I will move it to some other coordinates, so that will perform an action. Okay, so just understood in this way as of now. Then I will explain in brief how does it work. Okay, so if you will see here on the app, so this is the start coordinate. Okay, xy, and I will slowly scroll up to this level. So this is my end xy. Okay, so start xy and end xy. Okay, so xy means, x means width, and y means height. Okay, that's it. Okay, if you are not from the mathematical background, then coordinate is nothing but width and height. Only height is changing over on the while scrolling vertically. Okay, then I will use a release and perform, so that when action is performed, then you need to use the release and performing that action. Okay, now I'm gonna change start x and start y variable, and I'm gonna use here end x and end y. So what I will do, I will calculate the dimension of the screen, and accordingly I will set it. So I will set it percentage wise rather than hard code it, because I told you in the beginning hard coding the coordinates is not a good idea, because when you will run on different Android device, it will be problematic because of the resolutions. Okay, so always deal with percentage. So I will show you how to do that. So just use driver dot manage dot window dot so this option, so you can say get size. So get size will give you dimension. So just create a dimension object and store in that. So just import it, import the right one, it belongs to Selenium. Okay, once you will done it, then what we can do, from the dimensions we can extract the width and height. So that is why we have used a dimension over here. So we should use int start x is equal to, and then what we can do from here, this is the x. So x is nothing but width and y is nothing but our height. Okay, so here width will come into the picture. So I will say dimension dot and width. So it will give me the x. So x is width, okay, and y is height. So don't be confused. Now I will mention here start y. So y means height, so I will change to height. So here I have mentioned as height. In the similar way, I will copy it and I will say int and x and y, and yeah, that's it. Okay, so now what I will do, I have to mention my x and y in the term of percentage. So in what percentage it will calculate the width and height. Okay, so let's understand here. So this is my width, this is my height, okay, and this is my width, right? So if you will see this width in the chunks, okay, so if it's a 10, okay, and then this must be 20, 30, 40, 50, okay, 60, 70, 80, 90, 20, 90, 100, right? So this must be 100%, right? So right now this is the 50%, right? So this is the 50% area where I have to start with. So I have to start with width as a 50%. So x will be 50%. So I have to start from 50% as x. Okay, so what I will do, I will convert into the 50%. So into 0.5 will give me the 50%, okay, and I will convert it into the int. So just mouse over it and cast to int. So it will give me the width, whatever it calculated dynamically, it will give me the 50% of the width of that. So it must be in the middle of the screen. Okay, now in the similar way, if I will calculate the height, which is x, okay, so height is from top to bottom, but top area is also engaged with notification and all, so that is not a good idea. So if I will divide into the chunks, then almost 20% area is occupied with all these things, right? But I have to start from here, right, at the bottom. So bottom means 80% will be work for me, right? So what I will use, 80%. So here I will say star 0.8 and I will cast it to integer. So it will give me the 80% of the height. Okay, height means y. So I will start from here, so my pointer location will be here, okay, x and y, and I will scroll up to here. So only height is changing, right? Only height is changing. So height change from 80 to 20%, right? So what I will do in the similar fashion, I will say 20%, and I will also mark my y as 20%, because only y is changing, x is not changing. Okay, it's a straight line, right? So x is also 50% at the above, right? Only y is changed, okay, only height is changed, right? So I will cast into integer, okay, and let me cast into the integer as well, and yeah, now we are good to go. So everything is set over here. So what we are doing, we are pinching from here at the bottom and we'll scroll up to 20%. So 80% to 20% only height is changing. Okay, it's very simple if your concept is clear, or if you will target the right thing. Okay, so now I'm gonna run it and let's see how does it work. So it's running now. So it should open the app and it should scroll it, so from bottom to top. Okay, so okay, see, it is scrolled well. Yeah, but scroll in the band direction. Okay, so I guess I have mentioned X as a 20% instead of 50, so that is the reason. So 20 to 50 to 20%, that's why it is in the cross. So it went well and the test case is passed now. So what we can do here, I can copy it and I will try to scroll up as well. Now we have just scroll down, so we will do a scroll up as well. So what we will do, I have already defined all the variables above, so that's why I'm just removing them. Touch action also I have defined, so just let me remove it. And here what I will do, I will just change the y. Okay, start y and end y, just I replace them. So I will replace with this value and I will replace with this value. Okay, so what it will do, from top to bottom it will drag, that's it. Okay, so it is just very simple. Okay, so it will first it will scroll from bottom to top, and then I just I have changed the coordinates, so from top to bottom it will again scroll, so it will again come on the same position. Okay, so let me add here sleep so that we can understand what is going on so that it will give us some break over after performing one option. Okay, so yeah, so now let me run it and let's see how does it work. Okay, so everything is set, so we will try to give a run and let's see how does it work. So here what is the idea, like we are understanding the behavior of the scrolling, then after that we can convert into the reusable function. Okay, so first we have to understand how does it work. So I'm gonna run it and let's see how does it will perform the action of the scrolling. It should be smooth and without any issues. So it will scroll down to up, now up to down. Yes, so it went well, it's very quick, so it ended very fast without any issues. So test case is passed, no failures observed. So you have seen, like by using only one method I am able to scroll up and down. So I am ending this video over here because it's gonna more lengthy, so I will make a second part of this and I will upload it shortly. And for in that video I'm gonna show you like how to create this particular method as a reusable method and how to use it for multiple actions. So please stay tuned and please like, subscribe, share and comments on this video, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you, take care, bye bye.